we're like, where's your episode of iCarly? We kind of went through our TiVo real quick. We're like, let's see it. And it coincidentally played today.
Yeah, it airs like 3 times a week. It's hilarious.
And it's our favorite episode, though.
Oh, you're too sweet.
It's good. It's good.
It is the best episode, I have to say, not just because I'm in it.
We want to know, though, like, what was the audition process like for that, in the sense that, like, what did you end up doing?
Yeah, oh my gosh. I think I was running around. I think I had a couple auditions that day. And I went in, and the sides had totally changed. The sides of the audition material, the scenes that you're going to do. And I got there, and they said, "Oh, by the way, did you get the revised sides?" And I was like, "No." So they were like, "Well, here they are. Take a few minutes." And I did it. Went in and did it. Felt good about it. I'm trying to think if I had a callback. I think I did have a callback, and they had put me on tape. I think with the sides had even changed the material, and then I got the call a couple days later that I was working that next week. I had booked it, so
nice.
It's funny. I didn't know really much about the show. I didn't really watch it, but I apparently it has a huge following, and found out all that type of stuff after I did. But it was a blast. It was a lot of fun.
Do a lot of people recognize you now and say, "Hey, that's Cort"? Do you get recognized from that?
Crazy, almost on a daily basis. Just because I did one episode. But they re-air it like crazy, so yeah, quite a bit when I'm out and about, and if there's some kids around, they'll do the double take, or ask their mom if they can come up and ask or talk to me, and so it's cool, it's fun.
That's pretty neat. We want to see Cort come back.
Yo, you and me both, sweetheart. You and me both. I know. After I finished it, they had said we're going to try to figure out a way to bring him back, but that's just how the business works. You never know.
Right, so. Exactly. How'd you like working with Miranda Cosgrove and Jennette McCurdy, Nathan Kress?
It was great. They're sweethearts. So they were very welcoming right from the get-go, and it was a lot of fun working with all of them. I didn't have any scenes with a trainer. Your trainer, but I hung out with him a little bit while I was on set, and he was a really, really cool guy as well.
Oh, awesome. And we want to ask you, when you audition for stuff like these, do you kind of look for certain roles, or you just kind of audition for anything and potluck it?
I have a whole team, Daniel Booko squad of management and agency, and so we get together and always talk about, obviously, a lot of stuff that I audition for is what I'm right for physically, what my look goes out for. But I also try to get in a lot for stuff that plays against my type, which doesn't happen too often. But it's been good. So they obviously submit me, and then if casting thinks I'm right for it or whatever, then they'll have me in to audition and go through the process.
Okay, nice. And then you also do modeling as well. Did you do that first, or acting? What came first?
I used to. I did a little bit when I was in Chicago. Not much. And I did some print stuff. But yeah, that was basically, it was a very small stint. And especially when I came out to LA, I didn't really want to get involved in that at all. I just, wanted to put soul 100%, 110% on acting. Yeah.
Yeah. When did you decide to make the big move to LA? When did that happen?
I grew up doing theater, and actually my father was a pastor, so I did a lot of stuff in the church at a very young age. And when I strayed from it, my life was all about sports and girls, pretty much. And when I was in high school, I started doing it again. My last 2 years, I did a few community productions, and really, really fell in love with it. And then I went to school in Chicago was doing music there as well as playing football at North Park University. It's a smaller university in north side of Chicago. And I heard a thing on the radio that you hear on occasion about like a talent search type deal. Right. It's called Best New Talent. And I said, hey, why not? So I went and checked it out and went through the whole process, and won in my category in that area. And then they flew us out to LA, the winners, to continue to compete. But it was also like a showcase, like a lot of agents and managers were there. And then after it was done, I met with about 15, 16 different agents and managers, all pretty much saying, look, if you're willing to move out here, we want to represent you. We think you're really talented, you got a great look, blah, blah, blah. And I went back to Chicago and decided to take the risk and made the move out here. Dropped out. Did 2 years. I did 2 years.
Okay. Probably best decision you've ever made, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, 7 years later.
Wow. Like you said, you don't know if you believe, again, those talent searches and stuff like that, but that worked out for you, which is nice to see.
Absolutely. Obviously, there's a lot of scams.
Right.
And so I was very careful going into it and was smart and did my research and all that type of stuff. So that's initially how I made the move to LA.
Well, you know what's impressive about your resume? We looked over your IMDb, and it's very impressive to see you have such, like, just all your credentials is so impressive. Everything, like, you've done voiceovers in different shows, iCarly, Nickelodeon, everything is just really nice to see. So you've set a good standard for yourself.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. And yeah, my first job was a Disney show. It was The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. And then it continued to snowball from there.
And you know what's so funny? I think that was like back in 2005, I believe. And I remember it like yesterday. I honestly remember the episode you were on and everything.
That is crazy. I know. It feels like it was yesterday. It's nuts how time flies. But yeah, I booked that just a few months after I had moved out here.
Good show, and we're sad it ended as well. That's sad.
I know, right?
I know. And then Hannah Montana, another show that ended. How did you like working on there?
Hannah Montana, that was a fun one. Again, I didn't really know anything about the show. I came on the second season, and it was fun. I'd worked with Jason Earls who plays Jax on the show, on a movie prior. We actually didn't work together, didn't have any scenes together. I had a small role in it, but had met. And so when I got hired for Hannah Montana, I'd already known him. And then cut to me finishing last week doing the Disney show Kicking It and working with him again. So we had a laugh about that.
Wow, that's so neat. Can you tell us anything about Kicking It? Anything in the episode, your character?
Jeez. Well, I can't tell much because it hasn't aired yet. But the episode is called Skate Rat. And basically I play a Deerdick type. Like I own my own skateboarding franchise, professional skateboarder, all that type of stuff. But I also have like my own brand, which is the Luke Sampson brand, is what my character is called. So they come to me, ask for a favor, and some stuff ensues, and then there's a big reveal at the end. So it was fun.
Can't wait to see that. And
yeah.
Do you skateboard yourself?
I do not. I do not.
You do not
at all. Which was funny when I auditioned for it. It said, it was obviously skateboarding was a plus. And when I booked it, I was like, oh, geez, I hope they don't think I can skateboard. And they had built this whole, like, fantasy factory, like, on the set, and they were like, all right, Danny, when, in this scene, you're going to come down off this half pipe and go into here. And I'm like, nope, absolutely not. It's not happening. I don't want to break my neck, because that will happen. So they said, okay, well, fine, we'll get you a double. And I was like, look, I'm athletic enough, I can scoot.
Right.
I can stand on a skateboard and function somewhat. So I was able to do a little bit of that in the episode.
Exactly. And like you said, on Rob Dyrdek's Fantasy Factory, you see all these cool tricks and stunts they're doing, and it's like, boy, I wish I could do that.
Yo, same. I mean, I wish I could too, but they had got a lot of like professional skateboarders and stunt guys to make it look cool and make it look real legit.
Oh, good.
So,
and now we're actually going to talk about Jersey Shore Shark Attack. Tell us a little bit about that.
Oh, what are you talking about, baby? What are you doing, huh? Hilarious.
The new Paulie B, right? You're Paulie B?
That's right. Paulie Balzac was the character that I played. I had the full Paulie D Guido blowout. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. That's going to be a Sci-Fi Channel movie. It's their summer movie that's going to be coming out in June. It's going to be playing on the Sci-Fi Channel throughout the summer.
Mm-hmm.
But that was a lot of fun. Obviously, you can tell right from the title that it's pretty ridiculous. But they ended up getting some really big, iconic actors. They got Tony Sirico from The Sopranos, Paul Sorvino from Goodfellas, like all these, legendary Italian actors that have worked with Martin Scorsese and everybody to come on and just work, 1 or 2 days on the film. And then myself, Jeremy Luke, and Joey Russo play the three main Guidos. And Melissa Molinaro's in it. She plays Nookie, which obviously is a spoof off of Snooki. And yeah, basically the movie's about, we're like locals at Seaside Heights in Jersey. And there's this new wave of like the upper class, preppy, wealthy that are trying to come in and kind of change basically the history. They're wanting to make it more modern and put in like condos and all this type of stuff and change the pier. And so there's that conflict that's going on. And then all of a sudden there are sharks that come and start demolishing people, basically. And us three Guidos turn into the heroes of the movie and basically save the day, or try to save the day. You'll have to wait and find out what happens, but I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be fun. I mean, immediately after we finished shooting, it was in the New York Post, a big picture. Vinny from the Jersey Shore actually comes on and does a funny cameo.
Oh, no way.
He's throughout. Yeah. So it was cool to see him, and it was is obviously going to be good for the film, having him, attached to it. You're definitely going to get that demographic and that fan base. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was interesting because the other two guys are actually from Staten Island, the other two main Guidos. Mm-hmm. I'm from Michigan, small town in Michigan. So I got to, put on the accent and the whole ordeal, which was a lot of fun.
Well, that's so neat. I can't wait to see that. I think a lot of people are going to love it.
Yeah, me too.
You're a
check it out.
You're a Jersey Shore fan yourself? You watch the show?
I do. It is my guilty pleasure. So it's funny, me and my buddies, or my roommate, we put it on, and we, before anything about the movie came about, we were already impersonating him and having a lot of fun with that. So when the project came out, I felt like I'd already done a lot of my preparation.
That's awesome. I saw actually a lot of pictures of the movie that you guys were filming online, so it looks great already. I saw some pictures.
Yeah, we're shirtless throughout the whole movie.
It seems like a lot of the roles you do end up like that, right?
Oh, it's ridiculous. I try to get taken serious and as an artist who respects the craft, and it turns into them, making me take my shirt off, and I hate it. I'm putting it in my contract from here on out that there's no shirtless scenes. Joking. But
the viewers at home though don't mind it though. I mean, it's not a big deal.
I'm joking. It's all fun. It's funny. Even with iCarly, originally in the script, I think I just took my shirt off one time, and then the first day of blocking and rehearsal, every day the scenes would change, and more my shirt was having to come off in these scenes. So
that's funny.
It was pretty funny. Yeah,
that's really funny.
Yeah.
Exactly. And then tell us, do you have another movie coming out as well? A new movie?
Yeah, I got a few. I have a movie coming out March 6th that Sony Entertainment did, called Wyatt Earp's Revenge. Mm-hmm. And it's a Western. It takes place in 1868. And that was a lot of fun. Val Kilmer is in it. Trace Adkins, the country singer,
Mm-hmm.
is in it. Myself, Matt Dallas from Kyle XY,
Mm-hmm.
Sean Roberts from the Resident Evil movies, Stephen Graham, Scott White. It's basically it's kind of a Young Guns type deal. Val Kilmer plays Wyatt Earp as the already legend in his later years, and he's telling a story about how he became a lawman, basically. So the whole movie is kind of like flashbacks of how that happens, and it's loosely based off of a real history, true story.
Mm-hmm.
And my character, I play the lead outlaw, the villain, and that was a lot of fun because I was able to find as much research. The character James Spike Kennedy was a real character in history. In 1868, he was one of the most notorious outlaws. So it was cool to have that to draw research from and when portraying the role. So
Very nice. And that's coming straight to DVD, or?
that's going straight to DVD. Yes,
Okay.
March 6th. And then I also did a film, a feature called 21 and Over,
Mm-hmm.
which was a blast. It was the writers of The Hangover.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so we did that with Relativity Media and Mandeville Films, and that will be hitting theaters this year. They don't have a release date, but they're thinking summer or early fall.
Mm-hmm.
You'll probably be seeing previews for that soon.
Okay.
So,
looking forward to that. That's exciting.
Yeah, it's a college comedy, and it's really funny.
Okay.
So,
and then again, I mentioned you do a lot of voiceovers and ADRs. Tell us about that. I noticed one of our favorite movies actually is Merry Christmas, Drake and Josh. Did you do something with that?
Yeah, yes. It's funny how just the business works and how many avenues there are to go in the business.
Mm-hmm.
I had started and still do when I'm not doing on-camera stuff, voiceover jobs as well as what they call looping.
Mm-hmm.
And looping is basically the production hires a loop group, which for every television show, pretty much every film, they hire actors to come in and basically fill the movie. Like you see people in the background that are moving their mouths, but they're not really talking. They can't.
Oh, okay.
The mic is going to pick it up, and your leads in the movie or the show aren't going to be heard as clear as they need to be. So it's basically like an improv group. Like, we'll come up, we'll look at a scene and see what it is and see, what people are talking about or stuff like that. And then you'll go in and just kind of fill in that dialogue and just improv with it. But lately I've also been hired to do a lot of its efforts too.
Mm-hmm.
So like there's a fight scene, someone gets hit in the gut, hit in the face, you do the stuff like that.
Great.
Like the struggle and I did all of Sam Worthington's breathing
Mm-hmm. Really?
on Man on a Ledge that just came out,
Mm-hmm.
which is very, very funny and interesting. It's great. It's such a blessing of a job to have. Obviously, when I'm not doing on-camera stuff, because you still get that creative outlet and performance that goes into it. I also did Red Tails. I did a lot of pilot voices
Mm-hmm.
that take place throughout the movie.
How about Pretty Little Liars? Do you do that too?
Pretty Little Liars, yes. I've done some voiceover stuff on that. A lot of different voices. I've been an announcer on that. I've been the principal over the school system speaker type deals, making announcements. A lot of the efforts and fight scenes for anything that happens, with some of the male principals. So yeah, that's basically how that goes down.
That's pretty neat because you don't know a lot of the behind the scenes stuff like that, and for you to be able to do
Exactly.
that,
It's very hard to explain it, when people ask, like, I saw you did all this type of stuff, and it's like, well, this is, kind of the stuff that goes into it. So
yeah, but again, what's really neat is they're really impressive shows and movies and stuff like that. Again, to say Pretty Little Liars, I mean, that's pretty neat because it's a popular show.
yeah, absolutely.
Very neat.
And I know a lot of the cast. I know Ashley Benson and I worked together years ago. She played my girlfriend on an episode of the Fox show, The O.C. Gosh, probably like 4 or 5 years ago. So I've known her for quite some time. Brendan, I've known for quite some time. I knew right before he booked the show, so that was really exciting. So yeah.
That's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
So neat. And then we're actually going to ask you about your Twitter. Tell us
Twitter.
about that.
What's Twitter? What's that?
How do you like using it?
What's Twitter?
Apparently, something in 140 characters or less.
Right, pretty much. I am still getting used to it. It was actually funny when I was doing the film White Earp's Revenge. A lot of the cast members were, constantly tweeting and they were like, "What's your Twitter? What's your Twitter? I want to tag you. I want to put you, whatever." And I was like, I don't have one. And from that, I ended up doing it, which was funny. I'm at Real Daniel Booko because when I signed up to get an account, Daniel Booko, and was already taken. Somebody was already using that as impersonating me. I had like 2 or 3 impersonators.
Really?
Which I guess is flattering in a sense. So yeah, I went with at Real Daniel Booko.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. And then I like a lot of your inspirational quotes you have on there as well, because sometimes I just quickly go through my phone and scroll down and I see tweets and then I stop and I read it and I'm like, I wonder who tweeted this. And then I look and constantly every time it's you. So I'm like, these are really good tweets.
Yeah. I actually do stuff for promotion and when stuff is coming out or stuff that I'm in. But just daily basis stuff, I think it's really important to have that. I mean, it's stuff that I, constantly practice on a daily basis of just trying to be, a good person and being able to make a difference in people around me and just that type of stuff.
That's really nice to see, though. That's nice to see. And like I said, if I could retweet all of those inspirational quotes, I would. I'd tweet them all. It was funny. One of your tweets the other day, you said the winds were crazy. It was like something about cows flying by. That was funny.
Yeah. I was driving down Wilshire Boulevard in L.A. and literally felt like my car was moving. Obviously it was moving because I was driving it. But like a huge gust, I look around, the palm trees are just going crazy, and I was brought back to Wizard of Oz, Wizard of Oz. Wizard of Oz.
Oh.
When the big tornado thing hit and the cows are going and all that type of stuff. So.
Wow, who would have thought in LA there's all this going on, right?
It's crazy. We don't get much rain and obviously no snow, but we get high winds and we get fires, pretty much. Yeah,
wow, and then when it does rain, the drivers there in LA don't know how to drive that well because they're not used to it, so...
No, which I think is absolutely ridiculous. I'm from Michigan and used to driving in 5 feet of snow, you know what I mean? And I find it very strange that when it starts to sprinkle, people literally freak out and think the world is coming to an end.
Exactly.
And forget everything they've learned of how to drive. It's pretty ridiculous. So you got to be careful. You got to be careful.
Yeah. And then you have to actually tell us, what's a day like for you in the life of Daniel? Tell us what goes down on a day-to-day basis.
The life of Dan, well, if I'm working, it's all, on-set stuff. Hair and makeup, blocking and rehearsal, shooting, doing interviews, a press, all that type of stuff. When I'm not, it's either auditioning, trying to book the next job, meetings, that type of stuff. I also am very active. I play a lot of tennis, and I work out on occasion. And I like to do a lot of hiking. There's a place called Runyon Canyon, which is in Hollywood, that I like to do, and it's always nice. We always have really, really great weather usually, so it's nice to go out and get some sun and some fresh air and some smog, and get a workout in that way. So
I see. At the top of there, when you go to the canyon there, can you see the Hollywood sign or kind of all of Hollywood down below?
absolutely, yeah. You can see the Hollywood sign. You see downtown. You can see the ocean on a clear day, and Catalina Island, which is way far out. So on a clear day after a rain, usually, it's really, really neat. You go all the way up to the top, and it's breathtaking. It's beautiful.
Wow, that's nice. That's so cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then we're going to ask you, do you eat any fast food?
My favorite fast food restaurant, and you're going to get me because it's healthy, it's Subway.
Okay.
Subway is my favorite, and it's amazing because it's right around the block from me where I live. So it's so convenient. I pretty much eat there every single day.
What do you get to eat? Fill us in. What do you get?
Oh my gosh, this is gonna sound horrible, but it's the Booko salad.
Okay.
It is double meat roasted chicken, over obviously a bed of lettuce, pretty much all veggies, onion, green pepper, cilantro, pickle, black olive, banana pepper, avocado, and Parmesan cheese, and some honey mustard, and then I basically drown it in ranch dressing. I'm a ranch dressing fiend. I eat everything with ranch dressing. That's what I get. That's my Subway Booko salad that does amazing wonders. Which I pretty much eat every day.
They should have it on the menu just ready for you. Like they have it like a button on the machine and they just click it and this is your order.
Everybody knows me there. And every time I go in, they say the Booko salad and I say, how did you know? And they say, because you come in here and order that every single day.
Wow, that's neat. That's neat.
It's funny. It's funny.
Then you have to also tell us something we may not know about you.
Jeez, well, I mean, wow, what do you not know about me? Well, like I said, I play a lot of tennis. I love ranch dressing. Booko, my last name Booko, is a very rare last name. Actually, I think it's basically all my immediate family are like the last to carry the name. It's Assyrian, which isn't Syria. It's Assyria. Stay with me now.
Okay.
Which isn't a nation anymore. It goes back way, way, way back in history, biblical times, basically. And that's what I am. I'm basically half Assyrian and then half Swedish. But Booko is, I think there's like 24, 25 of us on the face of the earth.
Really?
Don't quote me. Don't quote me.
Okay.
It's something very, very small. It is a very, very rare last name. So
where is that exactly? Where is it located?
It is Middle Eastern.
Middle Eastern. Okay.
Yeah. So it's Turkey, Iraq, Iran. It was all, like I said, way, way, way back when it was in that kind of vicinity. So we were known to be fierce warriors. So, yeah.
That's interesting, and again, that's something I did not know about you. That's so
perfect.
You know what? That's like probably the coolest response we've ever gotten for that one.
Yes!
Yes! You win for that one. Fierceness, you won.
Check. Winner.
Exactly. And how about a prized possession or something you can't live without?
Ranch dressing.
I was going to say, other than ranch dressing, if there's something else.
You didn't, though. You left me off the hook. You didn't. You left it open. It was silent, and I answered the question.
See, the possibilities are endless, though. I mean, okay, second prized possession. You got to have your ranch dressing, and then...
Second prized possession that I have to own... it's going to sound so materialistic, but I mean, my new MacBook Pro that I'm talking to you on, I don't know what I would do without that. Yeah,
but see...
My phone, which I am sticking, I still have the BlackBerry, I don't even have an iPhone yet.
Do you like the BlackBerry?
I went to get an iPhone, but it bugged me with the touchscreen texting. It's horrible. I'm always like the last person with like the technology stuff I'm like, boycott. I'm not going. I'm not doing it. MySpace, I did that really, really late, and then when it all switched over to Facebook, it took me forever. I was like, no, I'm not doing it. Not doing it. Did it. Twitter, said not doing it. Not doing it. Years went by. Did it. Now I got the BlackBerry, and I haven't switched over to the iPhone yet.
Okay, so you
Isn't
think
it crazy how much we like these things and feel like this is like a part of us, and if we lose one of these things, it's like our arm is like severed off?
Yes, exactly. How did it become that we have to live with, like, you can't live without it? When did this happen?
Horrible. It's horrible.
Very horrible. I know. I would have to say I can't live without my cell phone as well. Like, I don't know what I'd do without it.
Yeah, yeah. And 10 years ago, did we have cell phones?
No. What did we do?
I heard interesting. This graduating class, from high school, this graduating class from high school has never lived a day without internet.
Wow, very smart.
Isn't that crazy?
Never thought about that.
Yeah.
Never did.
When I was a kid, it wasn't about that. It was about being outside and playing with a blade of grass.
Yep.
Was the only thing that that would keep me content and entertained.
Exactly.
So I try to stay true to that. I try to stay true to that and not get too caught up in the mayhem of trends and all that type of stuff. But
better off that way. Yeah, you're better off.
Yeah, yeah.
Stay more like old-fashioned in the older way. You know what I mean? It's kind of like better. I mean.
Yeah, I mean it's knowing what's important. I
yes.
feel.
Yes.
What's important in life. And for me, it's family and friendship and relationships, and sometimes everything else that out there in technology, it eats so much of your time, and it deprives you from what's really important.
Very true. Very true. And some people, it's a shame.
2 cents. Those are my 2 cents.
Very good, because a lot of people don't realize it. You know what I mean? Unless someone tells them, they won't ever understand. Which is
absolutely.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
And then go ahead and tell us your celebrity crush.
Oh, jeez. So many. My celebrity crush. I love Rachel McAdams.
Okay.
She's great. I'm not embarrassed to say Notebook. The Notebook is one of my favorite movies because I'm a hopeless romantic. Jeez. Rachel McAdams. Amber Heard is quite stunningly beautiful. Mila Kunis came out of nowhere. Who would have known that she was going to be so hot in the past couple years? I feel like I'm missing someone. I feel like I'm missing like my main one, but I don't know. Those are 3 for you.
Okay.
Okay.
Good choices.
That's all I got.
And I just thought of Rachel McAdams. She's in The Vow with Channing Tatum. Did you see that movie?
I did not. I have not seen it yet.
Did
you see it?
No, I didn't. Not yet. No. It looks good.
Yeah. Looks good.
And then go ahead and tell us, what do you look for in a girl?
Hey, yo. What I look for in a female, personality, as bad as it whatever it is, it's obviously looks. I'm not going to lie. Looks are very important. Someone who takes care of themselves, because I try to take care of myself. Just something, I laugh. I love humor. I love someone who doesn't take themselves so serious. I don't like high maintenance. I don't like drama. I'm changing it though. You're asking me what I want, and now I'm asking you what I'm answering what I don't want.
Oh, okay.
So beautiful, inside and out. Sense of humor. And yeah, someone that when I look at them or look in their eyes, I think eyes are very, very important. They say they are the windows to the soul. So that's very important to have that connection and feeling when looking at someone.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Good
And
choices.
driven. I like a girl that's driven.
Very driven. Exactly.
You know,
Good
goal-oriented.
choices.
But not too goal-oriented. I want me to be important in their life. You know what I mean?
Exactly. That matters.
Yes. Yes.
And then go ahead and tell us also, you have your Twitter now and then Facebook. Is that it? The only two things you have where fans can check you out?
Yes, pretty much. I'm thinking if there's anything else. But yeah, Facebook, Daniel Booko. Twitter, @RealDanielBooko.
You can totally take Facebook and make it your name and name it Facebooko. Do you see that your name is in Facebook?
Yo, where have you been? Where have you been? That is genius.
You need, I don't know.
Daniel Facebooko.
Exactly, Daniel Facebooko.
Unbelievable. I'm gonna have to figure about doing that.
Yeah,
If I
but
can
see, they
change
have
that.
Facebook and you're Facebooko. Like, you can have your
It's
own
true.
and kind of, that's it. Who needs Twitter and Facebook when you
Genius.
have Facebooko?
Genius.
This.
Now I can do that with Twitter though. I can't do Twitter-o.
Twitter.
No, that doesn't work.
No,
that doesn't work.
my Space-o. No.
No.
Doesn't work.
Facebooko.
That's it. That's it.
That's it.
That
That's it.
sounds
I love
awesome.
it.
That sounds awesome.
Does.
Very neat.
No, I'm trying to think. Check out those 3 movies. Wyatt Earp's Revenge, March 6th, 21 and over. Another movie called Getting That Girl that should be coming out this year. And Jersey Shore Shark Attack, yo.
Uh-huh.
Sci-Fi Channel, summer. And, of course, what I just finished, Kicking It on Disney XD. Don't know when it's going to air, but I think it's like the 6th or 7th episode of the 2nd season. It's called Skate Rat. Check it. Boom.
Sounds awesome. Can't wait for all of that.
Absolutely. And thank you to all my fans. I am very appreciative, and I love you more than you know, or more than I can say or convey.
And if you see him on iCarly, tweet him.
Tweet me. See, that's the thing. I need to get some more followers. I know I'm new to it, but I don't know. It's been tough. So help me out.
Yes.
Help me out, people. Help me out.
Absolutely. And you are the real Daniel Booko, so they need to follow you, not the
Yes,
posters.
that was horrible. At certain times, these guys that were, whoever they were, impersonating me had more followers than I did.
Uh-huh.
It's like, this is not cool.
That's crazy. And they need to follow you as well because you have exclusive pics of stuff on set and just all this cool stuff.
Absolutely. Yeah, I've tried to get better at that and more conscious of doing that. So, and also hit me up. I try my best and usually respond to everyone. So.